Okay, we're doing take 2 on this video because my microphone was not working when I filmed it the first time, so instead of getting to hear what I had to say about certain things, all you got was me just going... And, which may be fun for some of you, I don't know, but doesn't make for great viewing for me. At least I would think you'd want to hear what I have to say and actually know what the hell I was talking about, so it's... yeah, hopefully the microphone's working now. I think we're good. I just did a test. I think we're okay. So it's been a bit of a crazy week. I mean, we had so many great days all in a row. Pi Day, the Ides of March, Austin 316 Day, St. Patrick's Day on a Friday. It's good times. It was good times. Good week. I love March. March is great. And actually, tomorrow's my birthday, which, hooray. I have to go into work on a Monday on my birthday. Hooray. And work is going to be very interesting tomorrow. For reasons that I don't want to get into here, but it's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a blast. But in any case, you want to hear me talk about my boring bullshit personal life. You want to hear me talk about the goings-on in professional wrestling and all the craziness of the business that we're all a fan of. You may have noticed at the start of the video that I posted my final Raw vs. SmackDown Road to WrestleMania comparison. SmackDown Live finally won. Some of you will probably say that SmackDown should have won months ago, but I'm not as super sold onto SmackDown as a lot of other people are, although typically they are the better show of the two. Yeah, so finally that contest is over, and that actually frees up some time to do some other things and, get ready for WrestleMania, which is coming up in a few weeks. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about that in some upcoming videos, as well as NXT TakeOver, which they'll be doing a WrestleMania special that weekend. I also want to get caught up on the New Japan Cup, and Ring of Honor is setting up for Supercard of Honor, which is also taking place WrestleMania weekend. So this time of year, it's very busy for us wrestling fans, and sometimes it's hard to get caught up on everything, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to get there. It's going to be good. But yeah, couple things I do want to mention before I get into the main topic of the video. I have been binging Lucha Underground on Netflix, rewatching it. It's probably one of the few wrestling shows that I will rewatch week to week because of how the show's constructed. It kind of lends itself to that. But yeah, it's really cool going back and reliving some of that stuff. Still pretty good. So if you never watched Lucha Underground because you didn't get El Rey Network, but you do have a Netflix account, check it out. It's right there for you. I say give it a watch. It's definitely, at the very least, I can't guarantee that you'll like it, but I can guarantee that you'll have a strong opinion about it when it's over. That's I think, a fair way to state it. And it is very interesting to talk about, regardless of how you felt about it. So, yeah, so basically that's my advertisement. Go check out Lucha Underground on Netflix. And, I should also note it's only seasons 1 and 2. The first half of season 3 is not included on Netflix yet. I believe they'll be coming back from hiatus for season 3 at the end of May. And then once season 3 is wrapped up, then I assume season 3 will show up on Netflix. And they're also putting up the Godzilla anime movie on Netflix. I don't know when exactly. I know the movie's debuting, I think, sometime next week in Japan. And then the only detail I heard was that after its debut in Japan, it'll be showing up on Netflix. So that could be, what is that, like a day after its debut in Japan? Is that like a week, 6 months? I don't know. But I'm getting the Godzilla anime film, and that's all I care about. It makes me super happy. Anyway, I also want to talk about Impact Wrestling, no longer TNA. I'm going to try my best to... I don't know what the hell that just was. Okay, I just got a notification about something. Anyway, I'm trying my best to not call them TNA anymore, although it is very, very hard because I've been calling them TNA since they started in 2002. So, so if I slip up and call them TNA, that's fine. Just bear with me. I got to stop that because they've officially dropped the letters. They're no longer TNA. Anyway, so in the most recent episode of Impact Wrestling, the second show after the big relaunch, I have to say this episode was much better. They're still not where they need to be, but it was a drastic improvement not having the commentators yell and scream at each other the entire time. Made the show a lot more watchable. I'm not a huge fan of bringing back things like Suicide and LAX because those are things that TNA was doing like a decade ago, and it feels like they're just going back to the well. and trying to turn it back into what they were before. And I'm like, you really can't go back. You need to move forward. Like, especially Suicide, which was a failed character. I would have been like, all right, we had Suicide, which was a good idea, but we never really got it on track, and it never really caught on. What if we look at Suicide, look at all the things we did right, and look at all the things we did wrong? Let's not do all the things that we did wrong, and then just apply that to a new character, and try to do something new, and create a new character that will work. And LAX, kind of the same thing. Although, I mean, LAX was great for a while, like from 2006 to 2008 or so. I mean, LAX was really, really good, but that was also almost a decade ago. Some cases over a decade ago, if you count when it started in 2006. So, to me, it just kind of feels like they're going back to the well, and I would prefer it if they came up with like a new tag team or something. And they are presenting new tag teams. They basically rebooted the tag team division at the end of the show, which was nice. It's just that I hope they don't do too much of that, hey, let's go back to what worked 10, 11 years ago, and let's actually come up with some new ideas. I thought Alberto El Patron and EC3 had a solid match. Pretty good. Nice to see EC3 still fits into whatever their plans are, because he was too good to let go. But when you look at, they let the Hardys go, they let Mike Bennett go, and they let Maria go, it's like, those are some pretty big ones. But it's good that they're keeping EC3, because I think he's too good to lose. So yeah, Impact much better this week, if nothing else. We'll see if they're able to continue getting better and better. That's something we'll have to watch out for. But moving into the main topic of this video, unless you've been living under a rock for the last few days, you may have heard that WWE diva Paige had a little unfortunate incident take place where certain sensitive photos and videos were leaked online that involved her and Brad Maddox, which it was so funny when I first read the news about the leak. I immediately, my first reaction was, who the fuck is Brad Maddox? I don't even know who that is. I completely forgot about him. I was like, oh my god, that's right. He had wasn't he like the star of Raw for like when I say the star of Raw, like he got an inordinate amount of screen time for somebody that was just a low-level jockey. But yeah, they did like major storylines and angles centered around him for a hot minute. And it was like, that was really weird, but it was like, oh yeah, Brad Maddox. Anyway, so these sensitive photos and videos involve Paige, Brad Maddox, and somebody who was believed to be Xavier Woods. I don't know if it was confirmed to be him, and now I'm getting texted. What the hell? Stop interrupting me. Anyway, I don't know if that was confirmed to be Xavier Woods. It probably is him, based on what I saw in the video. But I don't know who else that would have been, or maybe it wasn't even a wrestler. I don't know. All I know is that was that is very embarrassing, and I do I feel bad that happened. And I try, whenever like leaked videos and pictures come out, I do want to make the point that I'm not trying to be a prude, and I'm not like coming down on the people that are in those pictures and videos. Like, look, they're using their personal property, and moments that should have stayed private are no longer private, and that's embarrassing, and that's humiliating, and I understand that. So what I'm going to say, especially coming from the point of view of somebody who has worked in cybersecurity, if you're going to use your personal devices for that type of stuff, don't upload it to the cloud. You're asking for trouble, because you're basically like taking the security of those items and putting it in somebody else's hands. And, there's always going to be someone out there that's looking to hack into that type of stuff and get a hold of that type of information. So if you feel compelled to make that stuff, keep it as guarded and as close to your chest as humanly possible, because uploading that to the cloud could lead to some very embarrassing situations if there is a breach. And you saw it here. I heard she wasn't the only one. Somebody was telling me that Emma Watson and the actress who played Laurel in Arrow also had some leaks, which that's really funny, because she was the actress who played Laurel. I forget her name. She was at Baltimore Comic Con, I think, last year, and it was like, oh, thank God that that leak didn't take place before that convention, because what she's going to get asked about the entire day, if that's the case. But yeah, that's just basically my advice. If you're, whatever you do behind closed doors, that's between you and whoever you're doing it with. That's my take on it. Just, if you're going to be using your personal devices for that type of stuff, just make sure you take the right precautions to make sure that stuff doesn't leak. And that's really all there is to say about it, because I'm sure everyone involved in those videos and those pictures were greatly humiliated by them getting leaked and exposed to the public. Because, taking stuff off the internet is kind of like taking piss out of the ocean. Once it's there, it's there. You can't, it's, once it's out there, people are going to be able to find it regardless. So, just be careful. Just, I kind of always use the locked door mentality. It's like, look, I could probably go to bed at night, or I could probably go to work with my apartment door unlocked and not, I probably leave it unlocked 100 days in a row and never have anything stolen or have anybody try to break in or anything. But that 101st day, somebody might break in. So it's like, just to prevent that from happening, I just keep my door locked at all times. I'm doing everything within my power to make sure that all of my personal stuff is protected. And we should probably, on the digital side of things, should probably apply that same methodology, or that same mindset of making sure that everything that's personal and sensitive is as heavily guarded and as protected as possible from your end. That you're doing everything you can do to make sure that nothing embarrassing like this ever happens to you. I'm not saying that to be a prude. I'm just saying that from just kind of a common sense standpoint. Just don't upload that shit to the cloud, because it's gonna lead to an embarrassing situation for a bunch of people. And I'm sure WWE has had a lot of fun trying to clean this mess up the last couple of days. But so that's really all I have to say about that. It's the last I'm gonna say about it. Not gonna comment on anything else. And like I said, I did see the pictures. I did watch the videos because I felt like I had to, just so I could comment on it. And again, I don't know. It's like, again, I'm a pig. All men are pigs to some degree to that type of stuff. I'm not saying I just like porn or anything. I'm just saying, whenever it's like a situation like that where it gets leaked and it wasn't intended for anybody else to see, I don't know. That just gives me the creeps. It gives me the willies, looking at that. So some people were like, oh my God, Paige looks so hot. All that stuff. And I was just kind of like, I feel like a voyeur almost watching this. I feel like such a creep watching this. But anyway, so the lesson to be learned from this and all the other celebrity hacks and leaks that have happened in the last couple of years or so, don't upload that shit to the cloud. Just don't do it. I would even go as far to say don't use your phone for that stuff, because it's, it might seem hot and it might seem like a fun thing to do between you and your significant other or your sexual partner or whatever, but, it could bite you in the ass later, especially if you're famous, because that just kind of enhances people's desire to get a hold of that type of stuff. It makes you a higher target. It's not fair, but that's just how it is. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. It's very embarrassing for everybody involved, and I'm sorry that it happened, but it happened. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, that's all I have for now. I'm done for this week, but I'm gonna have a few more videos up next week again as I get closer to WrestleMania and caught up on things like the New Japan Cup and Ring of Honor and various other things. I'll have a lot more to talk about on the wrestling side of things, so that'll be fun. But for right now, I am done. Hopefully you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully you all have a great week, and I'll be back making videos in a few days, so stay tuned for more.